Morning all. I'm going to apologize in advance for how terrible I sound. And I'm monitoring the audio and I'm hearing a lot of extraneous noise. So I'm getting my bearings with regard to the audio recording. I can hear my refrigerator has just started humming. So, and I'm hearing it's like really loud. So I'm working on this all. But part of what I wanted to talk to you about today was just my excitement over figuring out this audio only option. So I'll give you an update on how all of that is going. And then I just wanted to talk about mid-January check-in for New Year's resolutions. So to see where we all are. Accountability. I think that really helps. And it's kind of nice with the audio in that I don't worry so much now about the time. I'm not really planning on going too far over 10 minutes on any given week, but I used to be really paranoid when it was video only about keeping them as short as I possibly could because even though I think it's fun to watch YouTube videos, I know that people don't want to sit there for too long because you're just sort of trapped in front of your screen. But with audio, with it being audio, I'm not as worried because I know you can just take it with you, and that really that helps. And so you don't have to sit in front of the screen if you don't want to. You can just listen to it totally as a podcast. Yay! Okay, so let's start with that update first. So last week I worked really hard for a long time because it was all new to me and I'm a little clueless about all of this, so it took me a while. I worked really hard to figure all of this business out with regard to making a regular audio show, a podcast that you can subscribe to. And so you can just put it into your podcatcher, whether that be iTunes or something else, and then just listen to it every week and have it automatically download. So I finally figured this out. It only took 4 or 5 hours, it took me a little while, and part of it was that I really wanted to stay with a free model where I wasn't paying for storage just yet because I just kind of want to see where things are going and I don't want to output any more money outside of what I paid for my equipment, which I was totally happy to do because I get enjoyment out of it. So my audio recorder, my webcam, I'm going to be getting that new microphone. No problem with that, but I didn't want to be paying a monthly storage fee before I really know what I'm doing and where I'm going with all of this. So I was looking at the free options for the storage, the file storage, and I wanted to stay with using Blogger. I've been with Blogger since 2008, and I would rather just use that for all of my stuff. So that would include obviously my blog posts, but also this Tea Time series. So I just, embed the video, which is no problem. But with regards to the audio, I didn't want to have a separate blog for the RSS component to make it subscribable. So I had to figure out how to do it. It's a little bit clunkier on Blogger. Everything's a little bit clunkier on Blogger, but I love Blogger. It served me well, and I don't want to move my stuff right now. So I was looking at it from that route. So I finally figured, I never understood. It's like, okay, so you have your file, your audio file, but where does the blog post come into play and what the heck is FeedBurner? And I just, it didn't all sort of coalesce in my mind, but I got it figured out. So I got that all figured out. I can put the files just in my blog. I'm Blogger, got that. That took a while to figure out how to do that. And then have it like talk to the RSS feed, which is where the FeedBurner comes in. And so I got that all set up. I did it wrong several times, then I got it all set up. And then I submitted it to iTunes, and that was an entity unto itself because of the artwork mostly. It just seems like a silly thing, but that's important because it makes the show identifiable. I finally got it. And so you'll notice along the right side of the blog, there's now a entry for subscribe to Tea Time with Tiffany with FeedBurner. And so if you just click on there, you can go right to iTunes from there. You can search for it in iTunes. It's there. I was so excited to see it. If you use something besides iTunes, I know I do because I have an Android phone and I listen to my podcast now on my phone. What you can do is just copy when you go to the FeedBurner link, FeedBurner has a link below where it says subscribe by iTunes, or I forget what the language is that it uses, like, or something else. Use this URL. So just copy the URL and like I use Beyond Pod on my Android phone. There's tons of apps, of course, but there's an option in Beyond Pod, and I'm sure there is for all of the apps, where you just I want to subscribe to a feed using the URL. So you just pop the URL in there, and up came my little tea time logo. So I was able to subscribe on Beyond Pod, just as a test there. So I'm sure you could do that with all of the other options as well. So yay. I don't know yet how to submit it so that you could just search for it in the Android app. I'm sure there's a way to do that. I don't know how. But you can just use the URL and you're good. So that is so much more convenient. So I hope that if you want to just use these as audio files just every week, just subscribe. And I see that some of you already have done that. FeedBurner tells me as of yesterday there was already 10 people that subscribed, and I was very excited to see that. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy. And so with regards to where else I'm going, so I'm going to continue doing this. Every week I'll have a video and an audio. And yay. So and they'll be like probably 10 to 15 minutes. I can chat a little bit longer now, like I said before. What I'd also like to do is continue pursuing the co-hosted podcast with Christina, so we're getting there. I think what we'll do for that is we're going to create a new blog, like for that show, and we would use WordPress, because my understanding is that WordPress is easier to use for podcasts. And they have some kind of a plugin that aids quite well. So we'll probably start a new blog for those show files and show notes. And so we've got to do that. And I've still got to figure out how to capture our audio since we're in 2 different locations. So we're getting there though. And we're working on it. So yay, that's where we are. But circling back to when I started the show, you can tell just from my voice, I sound very congested. So after I came back from my weekend in Niagara-on-the-Lake with Mike, I got very sick. Just a cold, it's just like congestion. But my voice sounds horrible and my nose is killing me. Like you really wanted to know that. But I'm in that stage where you just kind of you wish you could detach your nose from your own face because it's so sore from just dealing with it. But in looking at the positive side, I was able to sleep last night without coughing, so I'm very grateful. I think I'm getting better. So, just been sort of navigating that this week. I've been super run down and tired. But, and I had Monday off, so that was really nice. My necklace is interfering here with my cowl. So I have Monday off, but I've been here the rest of the week because the semester starts next Monday. And to be honest, I'm dreading it a little bit. I always have a hard time like changing up the routine, so I've gotten used to the winter recess routine. Nice and quiet, can get other things done. And now I've got to go back to that more hectic teaching and all of that. And for the most part, I like teaching, but getting started again, I always feel rusty after I've had a little break. So, I'm just feeling the effects of that, but doing the best I can to keep my my focus. We'll get there, but that also got me to thinking about sort of where we are in the winter and the year. So what's today, the 21st? So we're just over halfway through January, and I was listening to Greg and Jennifer Willitz's podcast, Adventures in Imperfect Living, on my way home last night, and they were talking about New Year's resolutions. And they mentioned that they read an article that by January 15th or 16th, a large percentage of the population has already abandoned their New Year's resolutions. I don't know if it was 75% or 60%, something like that. And so it got me to thinking, how am I doing with my New Year's resolutions? How are you doing with your New Year's resolutions? It's always good to kind of check in and see where we're at with those. There's my refrigerator again. I can't wait to listen to this audio and hear if it's as loud as it seems in my earbuds right now. I don't know. Maybe the audio recorder's a little too good. So I've been keeping up with my morning. I had written about my new morning ritual of using the Sacred Reading book, which has the daily gospel in it, as well as some different reflections based upon that, and also using the little booklet Living Faith that you can subscribe to, and it's very inexpensive. I think it's $12 a year, and it comes out quarterly. has, you could stick it in your pocket, it's so small. And each day is just a short paragraph reflection on one of the readings. For the most part, it's on the gospel. I thought they were only on the gospel, but then I encountered a day where the person was reflecting on one of the other reading of the day. So that can come up too, but it's very lovely, and so they coordinate well with each other. And I've been doing well with that. The mornings are tough, especially in the winter, but it's nice because I just stay in bed. I just keep it on my nightstand and then pull it over when I'm ready. And I spend a couple of minutes looking at those before I even get out of bed. I find that my eyes have a hard time in the morning with the reading. I may need to put my glasses or something by my bedside. Boy, that's depressing, isn't it? For reading purposes. So it takes me a few minutes to adjust to having the light on and all that before I can even do it. But so far so good. I haven't missed a day. Even when we went away, I brought them with me, and so it's working. In other areas of, like, say, spirituality, I feel like I'm slacking. I really do. I sort of feel like I'm in a rut, and I need to find a way to come back out of it. And this year, with ordinary time before Lent being so short, in a sense is a good thing because Lent is coming up. I forget which day it starts, but it's in early February. And so I can think of a way to maybe re-inspire myself and working on that. I don't feel spiritually dry, but it's like I've lost creativity in my spiritual life, or I don't know exactly how to describe it. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you do, write in. So I feel like I need a refresh. Maybe I can try to get to adoration. I feel like I need to maybe go to confession. It's been a couple of months, and my confession app is not working. I wish I could go and look at the last time I went to confession. I don't remember if it's been 2 months, 3 months, which is not good. And the app should tell me, but the app just gives me a hard time. Every time I go to log in, I know that I remember my PIN, or whatever it calls it, the password, and it tells me that that's not right. And I've Googled this, and other people have complained about it in the Android incarnation, that it locks you out. And so then you can just change the like create a new account, but then you can't retrieve your old information. So it's not good. It's not good. But confession, yeah, I should try to get there. That may help too. So that's sort of where I'm at. And then in terms of like fitness things, doing good. I've been using my Fitbit, doing lots of fun challenges, and I've been really enjoying that, and it's going really well. And I'm thinking about signing up for a fitness class at the gym here on campus during my lunch hour 1 day a week. We'll see. I'm going to walk down there either today or tomorrow and kind of check it out, because they have like classes that are open to the community, like Zumba or Pilates, things like that. So I'm thinking about that, because I wanted to try to incorporate something new, and that would be convenient for my schedule. So we'll see. And yeah, I've been reading some other blogs. There's a blogger, maybe she's watching this video, named Laura, whose blog I follow, and I've been very much enjoying her posts. I'm enjoying your post, Laura, about your new resolution to try to get back to the gym and incorporate fitness into your routine. And she's been keeping a daily log of how it's going, and she's got small kids, and so there's all kinds of adventures that she's having with using the facility's childcare and her kids, and then trying to get to these different classes, and you know how that is, life stuff, all sorts of foibles that come up, and things that could easily discourage you because they're obstacles. What if one of the kids is sick, and what if the childcare isn't open that day, and like how do you handle all this when you've made this resolution? And I think we all face those same types of things. We're all right there with you. And so I've been enjoying her daily posts. And so I know that there's all of you out there, I'm sure, going through these same types of things. What would you like to do this year and accomplish? And how are you doing? And can we encourage each other in these goals? So why don't you write in and tell me all about it? So I see, once again, I'm at my upper time limit, about going on 15 minutes, but I don't know, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the freedom to talk without cutting myself off because I'm worried about it getting too long. So I hope you're enjoying it too. I hope that you're subscribed and that this is working out well for you. Write in with your thoughts. Do you have ideas for me? How is your new year going? How are your resolutions going? And how is your January going? I'd love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.